Hey everyone, it's Cyrus Johnson again, and I'm going to bring to you today a pre-workout review that everyone has been asking me to do, and I have a lot of experience with pre-workouts, a lot of experience, and this is a product that clearly just blew my mind. I was absolutely excited and thrilled to be able to review this product with you today. I actually have two versions of it. One of them, from my understanding, I'm pretty sure they're not selling anymore. Um, but anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Today, I'm going to review a product called Alpha Drive, and it's by Nutraclipse. Today I have blueberry. This is the blueberry Alpha Drive. It's got great packaging, not that really matters. I care more about the effects. And I have the Alpha Drive in orange creamsicle. Now, speaking about Alpha Drive itself, one of the things that I'm going to tell you right away is that one of the versions that I have has pretty much been discontinued. The original version of Alpha Drive includes DMAA, and that's been discontinued for various reasons. The FDA went after many of the people who formulate supplements basically because they felt it was dangerous. And right now, the second version of Alpha Drive, which includes AMP Citrate or DMBA, basically that one's quite possibly may be taken off the market as well, which is very unfortunate because basically I'm telling you right now, buy this damn product. I absolutely love Alpha Drive, and we're going to go over the review basically. And this is going to be a very long and thorough review, so I do apologize if I stutter or if I stumble a little bit. To start off with, Alpha Drive by Nutraclipse, it claims basically it's going to give you strength, focus, energy, muscle pumps, and vascularity. And I'll go over every one of those claims as usual and the dosing, things like that. So to start off with, Alpha Drive, and I'm actually going to read this right off the label, it suggests using about 30 minutes early before your workout. So probably you're going to take this right before you leave for the gym. And it says to take with one serving basically, or one scoop. Advanced users may use up to 1.5 scoops. Now, here's my recommendation for that. I actually started off with a half a scoop because with my vast knowledge of pre-workouts and stimulants, I knew right away that this product was gonna be a higher end product. Looking at the actual ingredients and knowing what AMP citrate and DMAA is, right away, I didn't want to jump into a full serving, so I started off with a half a serving. And I would honestly recommend that for anyone who responds well to 150 milligrams of caffeine. If you respond well, typically with your pre-workouts of 175 milligrams to 250 milligrams of caffeine, a full serving or one scoop will be perfect for you. For advanced users, which they said you could take up to 1.5 scoops or 1.5 servings, I would say that's for only the absolute most advanced users of pre-workouts or anyone who has a tolerance level of typically above 300 milligrams of caffeine. Multiple stimulants are included in this pre-workout. Again, you have caffeine, you have Theophylline, you have Synephrine, and you have either DMAA or AMP citrate. The most recent and reformulated Alpha Drive, which I'm going to label V2, has AMP citrate in it. Now we're going to go into taste. Blueberry, I'm honestly going to say, does not taste very much like blueberry. If I had to describe its taste, it has a very slight hint of blueberry overall, and it tastes kind of like flavored water. So imagine like having a flavored water blueberry type flavoring, and making it's very mild and not very sweet overall. I tried it at 4 ounces, 6 ounces, and 8 ounces, and it was best with 8 ounces because it weakens the flavor and it brings out the blueberry a bit more, honestly. Creamsicle, on the other hand, I was actually amazingly pleased with. It's very, very better than blueberry. Imagine an orange creamsicle ice cream pop with 50% less sweetness. It's not as sweet, obviously, as ice cream's ever going to be because it doesn't have any sugar in it. But that's kind of how I would describe it. I could do multiple tubs of orange creamsicle, now that I've tried both of them. But I don't think I'll ever order blueberry again, just because I don't see a reason to put myself through that when orange creamsicle is a better tasting flavor. Orange creamsicle, I did dose differently. I liked it at 6 ounces with a full scoop, and I could use honestly 10 to 12 ounces with a scoop and a half. I felt like it did very well with those types of amounts and measurements, basically. One thing that is very important to note, and I will go ahead and show this to you, is that Nutraclipse does use natural flavoring, so there's no artificial flavoring in this. So I wasn't honestly expecting the greatest tasting pre-workout ever, and that's okay. As far as energy levels are concerned, Alpha Drive definitely has a kick effect into it. At about the 10-minute marker, if you're in the car slow driving to the gym, you're going to want to hit some weights. I mean, it does have caffeine in it, and I feel like it does well for that. I'm glad it has a kick in effect. I don't want to be overstimmed out, and I feel like it's not. It's like perfect, basically, especially at one scoop. And one scoop or one serving definitely provides over an hour of pure energy. At 1.5 scoops, which I did take a couple of times, it will provide you with enough energy for at least a 2-hour workout. It can definitely go over that, but it's a fulfilling effect that keeps you energized and strong throughout your workout. You won't feel like you lack energy at all at 1 scoop or at 1.5 scoops. Overall, energy levels were very high and smooth, and I never felt very jittery or over the top. Now, with either version, I will say that I did have excellent endurance and performance between my sets. I never had any trouble with motivation to hit the next set, so Alpha Drive is very fulfilling in that matter. It does provide intensity. At what level? Now, this is where I'm going to tell you something that's very different from other pre-workouts. It performed at a very high level in a way that many other pre-workouts truly wish they could perform. There were times where I would end up doing an extra set just because I had so much extra energy and so much extra focus and intensity. I felt very alpha. I felt like I could just go in there and destroy weights, which is something that not very many pre-workouts can basically succeed in. As far as pumps are concerned, Alpha Drive definitely delivers an adequate pump. The pump can be described as excellent because it works very well with, again, the described focus and energy that I spoke about and the intensity and performance. The pumps are definitely not a swelling type pump. You'll get a little bit of swelling just because you're pumped up from increased blood intake going into your muscles, but it's not like a water-based pump. It's not going to be like glycerol monostrate or even the new Hydromax. And I never felt like I couldn't complete a set because I was just way too pumped up, which is good, which is what you want. You want a pump, but you want to be able to feel the pump. I mean, it's a great feeling to have, especially when you're in the gym, but you don't want to feel like you can't complete a set, which it has happened when I've had too much glycerol monostrate in the perfect amount of water. Now, there are some extra effects with both versions of Alpha Drive, and I'm going to say it's thermogenesis. This probably has to do with the synergetic effect of hard work. I mean, me being able to push myself, obviously, to pass 100% to my absolute limit, and then the multiple stimulants that drive Alpha Drive, basically, that it supplies. Synephrine, one of the ingredients in Alpha Drive, has been used in many fat burners, so that's probably what's kind of pushing it to have some type of thermogenesis effect, basically. It's noticeable, but it's definitely not significant. You're not going to leave the gym sweating or drenched in sweat like you will with black pepper extract or even Capsimax, which are 2 ingredients that are used in a lot of fat burners and a lot of thermogenic supplements. Extra notes here that I want to go over. Both versions of Alpha Drive, as you can see, hope you can see that, they don't actually disclose the ingredients. It's not a fully disclosed blend by any means. With that being said, I did contact a Nutraclipse representative, and a lot of the ingredients were disclosed. It wasn't fully disclosed, but a lot of the ingredients were disclosed. And with my knowledge of how stimulants work, how my body reacts to certain ingredients, I was able to come through with a lot of the ingredient list, basically. And I want to go over some things as well, some other extra notes. Starting off with, version 1 and 2 are a little different in their serving sizes. Not a lot. Actually, it's very minuscule, if you want to say it like that. Version 2 is a little heavier. It's 80 milligrams heavier than version 1, and they're both a little over 10-gram servings. So I mean, it's not that much of a difference, but I'm thinking it has to do with the difference between DMAA and citrate. as knowledgeable again as I am with pre-workouts, I started off with a half a scoop of Alpha Drive and I still got a decent pump. What this tells me is that there's going to be at least 2,000 milligrams or 2 grams of citrulline malate inside the pre-workout, and probably I'm going to estimate a little less than 700 milligrams of agmatine sulfate, which is the other pump ingredient included. At a half a serving, I would say the pump rating is probably about a 5. Because again, it's not a full serving, which is recommended, and but it does actually provide a pump at a half a serving, so that was pretty awesome. At the recommended dosage of 1 scoop, I did get a very adequate pump feeling. It wasn't bad at all. It was actually definitely above average pump feeling. I would honestly say it's probably got about 5 grams of citrulline malate. And it probably has about 1.5 grams of agmatine sulfate, because those are the only 2 pump ingredients that were really included. Now, one of the things that I will go over again with the proprietary blend is that Alpha Drive and Nutraclipse, what it provides is 4 stimulant ingredients. Now, anyone who knows actual stimulants, understands dosaging, knows that you're not going to get a gram of caffeine to start off with. You're not going to get anywhere near a gram. I did have the caffeine disclosed to me, so what I will tell you is that it's the one serving of Alpha Drive provides between 180 and about 215 of caffeine. I had the exact amount disclosed, but I was asked not to disclose it. And anyone is actually encouraged to contact Alpha Drive directly if they want the exact dosage disclosed, because they are willing to do it. But just for the purpose of this review, I was asked not to disclose it. Other than that, here's my verdict. This is clearly a top 3 pre-workout for me. I responded incredibly well to Alpha Drive, and I'm looking forward to finishing my 2nd tub. And I'm going to purchase a 3rd tub just to keep around for personal record, days, things like that. I want to give you guys other reviews, so I'm not going to exclusively use Alpha Drive, but it's absolutely a phenomenal pre-workout. I'm going to rate it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I honestly didn't rate it a 10 out of 10 is the simple fact that it's not a fully disclosed formula. And while I rated it very high, it's still not a perfect pre-workout. It's damn close, though. The product will find its audience for individuals who are looking for one of the absolute best overall products on the market. It performs everything that it says it's going to, and it's a great deal. You can get a tub of Alpha Drive for under $30, especially on the internet. This product has definitely earned my stamp of approval. Thank you for your time, and BfierceFitness, we're out. C. Johnson.